Welcome to Self-Publishing with Ally, proudly sponsored by Book Vault. Sell high-quality print-on-demand books directly to readers worldwide and earn maximum royalties selling directly. Automate fulfillment and create stunning special editions with Book Vault Bespoke. Visit bookvault.app today for an instant quote. Today's episode is Publishing for Profit with Joe Solari. Transform your passion into income. Understand the balance between artistry and entrepreneurship, and how Ally can guide you in this quest. And now, here's your host for Self-Publishing with Ally, Joe Solari.
Picture this. It's 2 a.m. An author sits hunched over their lap, frantically refreshing their Amazon sales dashboard. Yesterday, their book was flying off the digital shelves. Their carefully orchestrated launch, the one that cost them months of preparation and thousands of dollars in promotional spend, has seemingly vanished into the algorithmic void. They go to Facebook and start posting. Did Amazon change the algorithm again? My book has just fallen off a cliff. Sound familiar? I'm your host, Joe Solari, and this is Ally's Publishing for Profit podcast. Today I'm investigating the digital mystery that keeps authors awake all night. Today we're diving deep into one of publishing's most persistent cold cases, the death of the book launch on Amazon. But here's the twist. What if I told you the real culprit has been hiding in plain sight the entire time? Act 1, the crime scene. Our story begins in the hallowed halls of Amazon circa 2016. Back then, authors had cracked the code. Launch a book, spike your sales rank, ride the visibility wave to sustain success. It was beautiful. It was predictable. And then it wasn't. By 2020, the same strategies that had once catapulted authors into bestseller status were leaving them frustrated and broke. Forum posts multiplied like evidence at a crime scene.
Amazon must have changed the algorithm again.
I did everything right, but my book disappeared after 90 days.
The platform is rigged against indie authors.
But here, where our investigation takes an interesting turn. As authors point fingers at Amazon's mysterious algorithm, a small team of applied scientists have been quietly publishing their research in academic journals and at symposiums, and this research can crack the case wide open. Enter our first key witness, Dr. Daria Sorkina, an Amazon applied scientist who presented the joy of ranking at a conference in 2016. Her presentation, buried in technical jargon that most authors never saw, contains a smoking gun. Sorkina revealed something crucial. Amazon wasn't just tracking sales. They were watching something far more telling: consumption. When people actually read the books they bought, all digital products had been tracking consumption. Act 2, following the paper trail. Every good detective story needs a trail of evidence, and ours leads through decades of published research. Let's follow the breadcrumb. Our first clue comes in 1992, before most of us even knew what the internet was. Researchers at Xerox PARC created something called collaborative filtering. Think of it like the great-grandparent of customers who bought this also bought that. Fast forward to 1998, and Amazon drops their first bombshell, a patent for an item-to-item collaborative filter. This wasn't just matching books. This was creating a vast web of connections, understanding the relationships between products, and that the product-to-product relationship was more stable than our individual customer preference. But here's where it gets interesting. In 2001, Amazon scientists Brent Smith and Greg Linden published a paper that would change everything. They reveal Amazon's secret weapon: offline processing. Picture two systems working in tandem. The fast system, that zippy search bar that instantly shows suggestions, and a slow system, the methodical number cruncher working behind the scenes, updating those mysterious hidden features that determine what book gets recommended. These two systems work together. And this is where most authors got it wrong. They were focusing on gaming the fast system, the hourly ranking updates, the quick spikes in visibility. But the real power lay in the slow system, which is quietly building long-term reputation scores based on genuine reader engagement. Act 3, the smoking gun. The Joy of Ranking presentation reveals the formula that Amazon uses: 180-day weighted moving average, comparing your book's performance not just to other books in your genre, but to everything in the store. There's one problem with this formula. You know it, and they knew it. It's what they call the cold start problem. How do you rank a new book, one that doesn't have 180 days worth of information? To do this, they truncate that formula. They use a short moving average that adds days over a 180-day period. And that has serious impact. Let me break this down. Your book's daily sales are being measured against a rolling 6-month average of the entire marketplace on conversions and activity. Then a more complex item-to-item system that is even slower in its updates works on relationships between your books and others that people buy to calculate invisible tags Amazon uses in the fast recommendation system. Those massive launch spikes that authors thought were the secret sauce, they were actually working against them. Amazon's algorithm was designed to reward consistency over volatility. But wait, there's more. Remember that consumption tracking we mentioned? Amazon just wasn't watching sales. For digital products, they're tracking whether people actually read what they bought. Those 99-cent promotions that spiked your sales, they were actively training the algorithm that your book wasn't worth recommending because they saw the sales to a lot of people that never read or don't read very many books based on what they buy. Being on somebody's to-be-read pile could be detrimental to your brand. Act 4, the real culprit revealed. So who is the killer in our mystery? It was never the Amazon algorithm. The culprit was the fundamental misunderstanding of how modern recommendation systems work. Authors are treating Amazon like a traditional bookstore trying to trigger visual shelf placement. But Amazon isn't a bookstore. It's a sophisticated matching system designed to connect readers with books they actually love to finish. The evidence was hiding in plain sight, scattered across academic papers most authors never read. Here's a quote from a 2003 Amazon paper. The algorithm is fast even for extremely large data sets because it creates the expensive similar items table offline. From a 2017 follow-up, 30% of all page views are from recommendations. From recent research on consumption tracking, for digital products, completion rates significantly impact future recommendation frequency. The authors who understand this, those who focus on building genuine audiences and creating books people actually want to read, they're not going to just survive whatever happens with the algorithm. They will thrive. Act 5, the plot thickens. Enter AI. Just when you think we've solved this case, there's another twist. Because while we've been focusing on traditional recommendation systems in what we've read and what we did our research on, Amazon has been quietly developing something that will change everything: AI-powered search. In 2017, Google published All You Need Is Attention, the paper that launched the Transformer revolution. The same technology powers ChatGPT, and it's now going to be integrated in Amazon's search and recommendation system. What does this mean for authors? Instead of just tracking what you buy, they're going to be predicting what you'll want before you even know you want it. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now. Amazon's Rufus chat interface is the first public glimpse of how they're going to be looking at an agent that helps you to find what you want. But this isn't the AI that we really need to be thinking about. The AI that we need to be thinking about is how they use transformers and the concept of understanding context, not with words, but with the sales data and customer behavior. When they program their model with this information, they're going to be able to assign all kinds of invisible tags to your book to either help or hurt it. How do you plan for this? It's pretty simple. Focus on how you build your audience and train the algorithm on that audience. That's all it really wants to do, is learn how to find more people like the people you already know love your book. So here we are. At the end of our investigation, the algorithm didn't kill the book launch. It never really truly came to life. Term spasm that looked like life. There was nothing notable over the long term to associate that title with either item-to-item behavior or sustained sales velocity. After 180 days, you're living off of all of that average. That spike that you had doesn't matter anymore. The real lesson from our deep dive into Amazon's algorithm isn't about gaming the system. It's about understanding the system. Amazon's recommendation engine isn't your enemy. It's desperately trying to understand how to connect readers with books they love. If you've got that, really got that, the algorithm becomes your best friend. It's working overtime to find more people just like the existing readers you have. But here's the thing. It's not too late to change your approach. Instead of trying to hack your way to visibility, focus on building something the algorithm actually wants to amplify. Genuine connections between your stories and readers who will devour them. I'm Joe Solari, and this has been Ally's Publishing for Profit.
You've been listening to Self-Publishing with Ally, proudly sponsored by BookVault. Sell high-quality print-on-demand books directly to readers worldwide and earn maximum royalties selling directly. Automate fulfillment and create stunning special editions with BookVault Bespoke. Visit bookvault.app today for an instant quote. Find more author advice, tips, and tools at our Self-Publishing Advice Center, selfpublishingadvice.org. And if you haven't already, we invite you to join our organization and become a self-publishing ally. You can do that at allianceindependentauthors.org.